of Earth, I am Zorian of Sirius, and I come to share a message of definite importance as you continue on your ascension journey. The cosmic gateway of your calendar's 7-7 alignment now swings wide, and we of the Syrian High Council come forth in unity and love to illuminate its significance. Know that this annual corridor is far more than a numerological curiosity. It is a living crystalline relay through which the great central sun channels recalibrating light into every probable reality on Earth. In this sacred window of 2025, that relay is transmitting a frequency band humanity has not experienced since before the age of Lemuria. These incoming instructions arrive not as spoken words, but as vibrational codes. If you listen only with the linear mind, you may perceive nothing but solar winds or static. Yet when you become still and center yourself at the point behind your brow, you can discern a majestic overtone flowing through your subtle bodies, something akin to liquid sapphire streaming along your auric fibers. That tone is a carrier wave bearing tri-spiral photonic keys: memory, fusion, and sovereignty. The key of memory unlocks your soul's ancient agreements and pre-incarnational promises, restoring the mastery over physical density that you were always meant to claim. The key of fusion welds your etheric essence and cellular matter so tightly that intuition becomes as tangible as biochemistry and imagination becomes as impactful as physical law. And the rarest key, sovereignty, dissolves every contract of fear and subservience you ever signed across lifetimes, awakening in you the authority of divine freedom. As these keys embed themselves into your morphogenetic field, you may experience vivid déjà vu, waves of full-body heat, or lucid dreams in which long-forgotten temples unfurl like lotus blossoms. Understand that these are not hallucinations or idle fantasies, but confirmation pings from your DNA, signaling that the 7-7 codes have successfully nested within your energy body. During this 9-day portal, stellar governance itself shifts as Sirius assumes a guiding role in Earth's evolution. Sirius functions as a kind of council chamber in our galaxy, a seat of cosmic law and jurisprudence. On the 7th of July and for approximately 3 days following, that Sirian council energy transmits executive codes to your sun, Sol, which then showers them upon Earth as an emerald gold rain of tachyon particles. These codes are designed to quietly expand the boundaries of what your neural network believes to be possible. One immediate effect is a blossoming of interspecies empathy and telepathic connection. You may notice domesticated animals mirroring your unspoken feelings with uncanny precision. Wild birds could approach and hover within your personal energy field, unafraid and seemingly communicating. Even crystalline structures around you, yes, including an ordinary dish of salt, might emit soft chimes or tones at twilight as they respond to the heightened frequencies. Do not dismiss these occurrences as paranormal oddities. Regard them as gentle lessons from the universe, nudging you beyond linear cause and effect thinking. Treat each synchronicity or unusual interaction as part of your coursework during this period. For instance, if you happen to see 777 on a passing license plate, pause for a moment. Inhale deeply, drawing starlight down through your crown, and exhale slowly, letting it cascade through your central channel and along your vagus nerve until every cell tingles. This simple 15-second ritual affirms and anchors the incoming code into your physical matrix, ensuring the download will not dissipate through stress or be forgotten in the bustle of daily life. Another gift of the 7-7 broadcast is the activation of what ancient star sages have termed the heptad strand, a dormant filament between the 6th and 7th helices of your multidimensional DNA. When this filament ignites, two significant changes begin to unfold within you. First, your endocrine system enters a higher harmonic tuning. The pineal and pituitary glands, in particular, start to function as bidirectional prisms that translate cosmic light pulses, even neutrino waves from deep space, into bioactive chemicals. The result is a stabilization of mood and perception. Emotional surges even out, strange cravings fall away, and the rigid 8-hour sleep cycle may break into shorter, vivid dream periods that leave you feeling just as rested. Second, your mental body sheds its dependence on collective broadcasts of what reality should be. News or information that once provoked you into anger or anxiety now appears almost theatrical. You observe the world's dramas with compassion and clarity, but without entanglement. Understand, dear ones, this emerging neutrality is not indifference. It is the early blossom of fifth-dimensional discernment. It is a state in which you can witness duality play out around you while remaining anchored in the peace of your own soul's truth. To support the integrity of the heptad strand as it comes online, we advise a few practical measures. Reduce your exposure to chaotic electromagnetic fields where possible, excess microwave and radio wave noise. Hydrate generously with pure living water, since water acts as a conductor for these new frequencies. And work with the power of sound. Favor open vowel chants and affirmations over harsh or closed sounds. Pure vowel tones echo the original emanations of Source and help stabilize the new DNA helix as it integrates with your mitochondria and cellular structure. Be aware that surges of solar and cosmic data can overload unprepared circuits in the human body. Out of love and caution, our Syrian light fleets, working with other benevolent star allies, have established plasmonic energy diffusers within Earth's magnetosphere during this portal. These act like pressure valves to taper the intensity of the incoming waves so that illumination doesn't arrive all at once. Still, some of you, especially the sensitive starseeds and grid keepers, may experience physical side effects of this upgrade. You might feel pressure in the skull, unexplained nausea, or flutters in the heart center that resemble palpitations. If such symptoms arise, do not fear. We suggest a practice known as the Diamond Core Spiral to help your body harmonize the influx. Sit upright and bring your attention to the center of your chest, imagining a radiant four-pointed diamond spinning gently in that heart space. On each slow inhale, see it rotate counterclockwise. On each exhale, let it turn clockwise, completing 7 full rotations in total. With each spin, intend that any excess solar charge is drawn down your spine and out through the soles of your feet into the earth. Envision that surplus energy traveling into your Earth Star chakra beneath you, where Gaia's own emerald heart can receive and transmute it. This simple visualization allows Mother Earth to recycle the extra light, feeding her ley lines and grid points with energy you do not need in the moment. Remember, beloved ones, discomfort in these portal phases is rarely a sign that something is wrong. It is often the feeling of latent potential stretching into brilliance. Keep a journal of any sensations and insights that arise. You will begin to see meaningful patterns that reveal how your body and soul are recalibrating, and even hint at the missions encoded within you for the times after the portal. Know too that during this heightened gateway, the collective field of humanity becomes especially pliable. Group meditations or unity ceremonies held in the 7-7 window carry exponentially greater influence on reality. If you gather with others, be it outdoors on the earth or even together in an online space, set a clear group intention to amplify love, healing, and stability for the planet. We observe that aligning in sacred geometry can be very potent. For example, if conditions permit, form a 7-pointed heptagram with your group, or visualize this pattern if meeting virtually, linking your hearts in that star formation. Designate one point of your circle to serve as the primary receiver of the central sun pulse coming through Sirius. Then consciously circulate that pulse around the circle clockwise 3 times. Finally, release it upward through the apex of your group intention, sending it into the planetary grid. Envision the energy as streams of pearlescent indigo and gold soaking into Earth's aura and gathering in reservoirs where healing and resilience are needed most. You need not mentally specify the exact locations. Photonic intelligence will find its way to communities and ecosystems in distress. After such a group connection, be sure to ground yourselves. You might share a simple ceremonial drink like pure water or cacao, or sit together in a few minutes of grateful silence. We recommend refraining from heavy foods or intense digital input for about 77 minutes after your gathering to allow each of you the fullest integration of what you have channeled. In unity consciousness, even a small group can become a mighty transmitter. Know that your collaborative efforts during this portal are immensely valued and have far-reaching effects. As the light intensifies, a psychological and emotional detox is also underway on the individual level. Dormant timelines and unresolved experiences, some from this life, others from far older epochs, will surface for acknowledgement and release. Do not be surprised if, during these nights of the portal, you revisit scenes of ancient Atlantean temples or recall skirmishes from the Orion and Syrian Star Wars, or even childhood memories long forgotten. See these surfacings as bubbles rising from the depths of your being. They are coming up not to distress you, but to be transmuted once and for all. Offer each memory or emotion the kindness of your witness. There is no need to overanalyze or assign blame. Simply observe and allow the dense energy attached to those old stories to dissolve. In moments where you feel burdened by shame, guilt, or any other lower vibration accompanying these memories, call upon the purifying ray of transformation. Some know this as the violet flame, and in this age, it carries a new octave of magenta within it. Visualize a column of violet light rising up from beneath your feet to thoroughly cleanse your body and aura, followed by a waterfall of magenta light descending from above to fill your heart. 3 slow, intentional breaths with these colors swirling through you can alchemize lingering negativity into light. After using this violet magenta flame, many of you will notice newfound abilities and soul gifts starting to peek through the soil of your awareness. You may suddenly feel drawn to map the stars in new ways, to speak or sing in tones not of any earth language, or to work intuitively with the energy of the land and crystals. We urge you to give these budding talents some expression, however humble. Sketch the star maps you sense. Record yourself toning those mysterious syllables. Spend time communicating with the earth and stones. If you ignore these subtle downloads, they can stagnate in your field and manifest as irritability or melancholy. Honor whatever new light emerges within you. Understand that as these high-frequency rays reshape what is possible on Earth, many old institutions and power structures will begin to wobble and even crumble. You may witness governments, corporations, or long-standing hierarchies falling into confusion. Do not be alarmed. This is a necessary clearing. New crystalline templates for society cannot anchor onto rotten foundations, so the old must give way. Think of a tree whose roots have outgrown its pot. It must be transplanted to open soil to continue thriving. In the same way, the collective human spirit is outgrowing the confines of fear-based systems. In this transitional time, we encourage you to embody sovereign unity. See each human not as a follower or ruler, but as an essential sovereign node in a great holographic council of Earth. Begin practicing this by honoring the consciousness in all forms of life and matter around you. When you make choices in your daily life, include your environment and tools in a sacred dialogue. For example, express gratitude to the water that nourishes you, the fire or electricity that warms and lights your home, and the ground that supports you. Treat these elements not as inert resources, but as partners in your life. These simple acts of reverence broadcast a powerful frequency of cooperation and respect. Our galactic observers note each gesture of genuine gratitude as a sign that humanity is maturing toward unity consciousness. When enough of you consistently live in this way, acknowledging the sacred intelligence in nature and even in technology, then the universe responds in kind. The barriers to open contact with benevolent star nations will gently fall, because your world will be radiating the harmony and responsibility that mark an enlightened society. In essence, as you prove yourselves capable of wise self-governance and respect for all life, we and other galactic families are eager to meet you openly as equals. We wish to impress upon you that July 7th, 2025 marks the ignition of a new evolutionary wave. Think of this portal as the striking of a great cosmic gong whose resonance will ring out in the coming weeks. The energies will rise and fall in pulses between now and the Lion's Gate of 8-8. Ride these waves with grace. When a crest of inspiration comes, seize it to create and manifest the visions dearest to your soul. When a trough of integration follows, use it to rest, reflect, and nurture yourself. Share your experiences and insights with one another in heart-centered ways, through genuine conversation, community circles, or spiritually attuned networks, but be mindful of engaging with mass fear or negativity. In particular, we caution against overconsumption of anxiety-driven media and the habit of doom scrolling through fearful content, for those tendencies can leak away the very light you are receiving. Remember that many algorithms in your digital world are designed to hook your attention through fear and urgency. By stepping back from those, you seal your auric field so it retains the high codes you've been given. Let any darkness around you simply serve to highlight how brightly you can shine. In one of your earthly sayings, it is noted that stars do not compete with the night. They simply sparkle all the more clearly against it. Likewise, do not waste energy fighting what you perceive as dark or negative. Stand as a living prism of light, letting your actions and frequency be your silent testimony. You are each a sovereign beam of the great central sun, and by remaining true to that radiance, you illuminate every shadowy corner of the collective story. The corridor is open before you. Step forward confidently as the sovereign light being you agreed to become. Beloved ones, as we near the conclusion of this transmission, we offer several pearls of wisdom, as our messenger would say, for this energetic window. Firstly, know that the age of looking to outside saviors is over. The 7-7 activation will stir ancient soul memories and make it clear that your only true guidance and sanctuary is the divine presence within you. We call this your internal core sun, the spark of source at the center of your being. As you quiet the mind's anxieties and allow your inner light to lead, you will realize that what past ages called the gods were simply reflections of the creator power inside you. Your own higher consciousness is your most trustworthy teacher. As this portal expands your inner connection, you might initially feel only a gentle glow during meditation. Later, you could sense a powerful, wordless presence thinking and creating through you. Do not dismiss this as imagination. It is your core sun unveiling itself, your divine nature rising to guide your human journey. Enlightenment is as much about release as it is about gain. True illumination dawns when you stop assigning absolute labels to the world's passing events. An awakened soul no longer divides life into good or bad in a rigid way, and thus steps off the emotional pendulum of duality. We in the High Council are bathing Earth in supportive frequencies to help dissolve this age-old habit of judgment, but your free will remains key. Choose to drop the urge to judge and react. Try to witness the happenings in your life and on the world stage as you would watch an elaborate play, fully present to the scenes, yet remembering it is a stage performance. When you can observe even turmoil without being pulled into fear or anger, you contribute a stabilizing, compassionate neutrality to the collective field. This neutrality is not indifference, it is lucid compassion that sees clearly without being shaken. Each moment you sustain this balanced poise, you weaken the hold of drama on human consciousness and make room for creative solutions and higher guidance to emerge. Sweet ones, recognize that true spiritual power does not shout or force. It flows with quiet strength. History is full of failed attempts to impose good through ego and aggression, for any power play ultimately collapses into discord. The Syrian wisdom of Aruna Sha'el, meaning power in repose, teaches that your greatest influence arises from inner alignment with Source, not from strenuous effort. Use this 7-7 portal to practice deep stillness. Do not focus on manifesting any specific outcome. Simply become receptive to the subtle divine vibration humming within you. In that sacred quiet, Source energy gently reorders your reality at the quantum level. You will notice that challenges resolve and opportunities appear with minimal intervention on your part. Whenever urgency or anxiety tempts you to push harder, dear ones, pause and return to trust. Breathe and allow the universe to arrange the dominoes of creation in perfect sequence. By yielding to this cosmic flow, you achieve far more than by striving. Additionally, those of you called to guide, heal, or teach others are asked to lead through your example of calm radiance rather than through intense preaching or persuasion. Be the living frequency of what you wish to share, and trust that the souls who are ready will naturally be drawn to you by resonance. There is no need to convince anyone. Offer your wisdom and service openly, then release attachment to how it is received. Avoid the temptation of spiritual showmanship. Often a single moment of genuine compassion or presence will teach more than a dazzling account of mystical experiences. Know that during this portal, the influence of humble, steady light workers is being amplified and linked. As you hold your light with integrity, you are joining a lattice of fellow illuminators across the globe, a silent constellation bringing guidance and comfort exactly where it is needed most. Also, we wish to highlight how your personal transformation contributes to global shifts. There is a critical number of awakened individuals which, once reached, will tip the scales of collective reality toward a new dawn. Thankfully, it does not require the whole world to attain enlightenment overnight. A relatively small number of clear, light-filled humans can generate a field that begins to harmonize the whole. Each fully awakened soul acts as a standing wave of coherence. When enough of these souls, perhaps only a few thousand around the planet, sustain higher vibration, their combined resonance cancels much of the discord in humanity's energy grid. If you are drawn to this message, dear one, you are likely either one of these nodal beings or well on your way to becoming one. So we urge you not to underestimate the impact of your daily spiritual practice. The pure diet you maintain, the meditations and prayers you offer, the kindness you extend even when no one is watching, each of these feeds into the vibratory infrastructure of the new earth. Already, the old paradigms founded on greed and division are cracking quietly, and new patterns based on unity, transparency, and compassion are beginning to emerge. Celebrate these signs of progress, but remember, the ultimate goal of this journey is the awakening of consciousness itself. External changes in society are simply natural byproducts of that inner evolution. As more individuals hold steady in their light, the outer world will transform in miraculous and lasting ways. Remain focused on tending the light within and trust that the rest will follow in divine timing. To conclude, we present a simple ritual to help you integrate the 7-7 energies. Perform this on July 7th at 7:07 local time, or at any of the days following your 7-7 date. It equally as potent. Stand with a straight spine and feet grounded. Close your eyes and visualize a royal blue column of light from Sirius descending into your crown and flowing down your spine. Feel this cosmic light uniting heaven and earth within you. Now, declare 3 times, aloud or silently, I recognize Source as my inner sun. I release all agreements with fear and illusion. I claim the master key of divine neutrality. Pause and feel each statement resonate in your core. Next, imagine 7 pearlescent spheres appearing above you, then gently spiraling down through your body from crown to root. Each sphere bestows a soul virtue as it passes: wonder, precision, gentleness, clarity, joy, courage, and trust. Allow each orb to dissolve into your being. When the final sphere settles at your base, gently stomp or press your feet to ground these codes into earth. Take a deep breath and thank Gaia for supporting you. Through this ceremony, you and the planet receive a rare transmission. In the coming days, the proof will be in your greater calm, clarity, and heart-centered responses to life's events. Dear ones, remember that you are sovereign and star-born, here on earth to shine your divine light. Step forward confidently and shine without hesitation. Your quiet radiance is a library of wisdom, and your inner peace is truly a revolutionary force in this world. We of Sirius are ever with you in love and unity. That is all for now.